You need to see this before tomorrow. Do not skip this. I am speaking to you directly, the one who has felt it coming, the one who has been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. with a silent scream in your soul, a sense of urgency that you cannot place, a feeling that the very air you breathe is holding its breath. This is not a drill. This is not another planetary alignment you can simply ride out. What is commencing on September 13th and culminating on September 17th is a once-in-a-generation, perhaps even a once-in-a-century, spiritual event that demands one thing from you, and one thing only: absolute, profound, and unbroken silence. I am not speaking metaphorically. I mean, you must cease to speak. You must cease to engage in the creation of new vibrational realities with your words, with your texts, with your comments, with your arguments, and with your declarations. For the next 4 days, your voice is not your own. It is a tool of creation so potent, so amplified by the incoming cosmic energies, that to use it is to risk shattering the very foundation of your spiritual future. If you are what we call a chosen one, and if you are hearing this message, then this is not a suggestion. It is a divine mandate. Breaking this sacred silence will not simply cause you to miss a blessing. It will actively block the most significant spiritual software update your soul has been waiting for lifetimes. You risk locking yourself into a karmic loop so dense, so repetitive, that it could take you decades to unwind from the mistake of a single carelessly spoken word during this sacred window. Let's break down the mechanics of what is happening, so you understand the gravity of this warning. The period from September 13th to September 17th is what ancient esoteric traditions refer to as the Great Unraveling. During this window, the veil between our perceived reality and the higher dimensional planes becomes so infinitesimally thin that it is practically non-existent. Think of it as the universe performing a deep system defragmentation on the collective consciousness. For 4 days, the Akashic records, the energetic library of all thoughts, deeds, and intentions, are being opened, read, and recalibrated. This is not a passive event. It is an active download of 5D crystalline source codes directly into the planetary grid, and more importantly, into the DNA of those who are vibrationally prepared to receive them. You, the chosen one, the light worker, the starseed, are a primary receiving station for this new energy. Your auric field is an antenna, and your entire being has been preparing for this moment, whether you consciously realize it or not. The constant fatigue, the strange emotional waves, the sudden purging of old relationships and desires, it was all in preparation for your system to be clear enough to handle this download. But there is a critical vulnerability during this process. The download is delicate. It is a stream of pure unmanifested potential, a language of light and frequency that precedes thought and word. When you speak, you are taking this pure potential and collapsing it into a single low-density 3D reality. You are creating a vibration. Normally, this is how we manifest. But during this specific 4-day window, the act of speaking creates a violent energetic interference, a static so jarring that it repels the incoming codes. It is like trying to download a pristine digital file onto a computer riddled with viruses and pop-up ads. The download will fail. The codes will be corrupted. The energy will be rejected. By speaking, you are essentially telling the universe, "No, thank you. I prefer my current operating system. I am not ready for the upgrade." And the universe, which honors free will above all else, will oblige. It will pass you by. The silence that is being asked of you is not an empty silence. It is not an absence of sound. It is a sacred container. It is the womb in which your next self is being gestated. Within this silence, you will begin to notice things you have never noticed before. The ringing in your ears will shift in frequency, at times becoming a specific tone, or even a choir of celestial harmonics. This is the sound of the download in progress. Do not fear it. Lean into it. Your dreams will become hyper-vivid, instructional, and filled with symbolic language that your waking mind may not understand, but your soul will absorb perfectly. You may experience sudden flashes of memory from past lives or future potentials. You may feel phantom sensations in your body, tingling in your hands and feet as your meridian points are activated, a pressure on your third eye, a warmth spreading through your heart chakra. These are all physical confirmations that the upgrade is taking root. Your task is to simply allow it, to witness it, to hold space for it. To speak is to interrupt the surgeon. It is to wake the patient up in the middle of a delicate, life-altering procedure. The temptation to speak will be immense. The world will not stop for your sacred process. Friends will call, family will demand answers, work will require communication. This is the test. This is the great filter of this event. Are you able to hold your sacred center amidst the chaos of the 3D matrix? Can you honor your soul's evolution above the demands and expectations of the outside world? You will need to prepare. You may need to call in sick. You may need to put your phone on airplane mode. You may need to write a simple note to your loved ones explaining that you are undertaking a period of meditative silence and will reconnect on the 18th. Those who are meant to be in your new reality will understand, or at least respect your request. Those who react with anger, fear, or ridicule are showing you, with perfect clarity, that their frequency is not compatible with where you are going. This event is a great energetic sorting, and the reactions of others to your necessary silence will be one of the most powerful diagnostic tools you have ever been given. Observe it, but do not engage with it. Your silence is your shield and your sanctuary. To truly comprehend the stakes, we must look at the nature of the energy itself. This is not a gentle flowing lunar energy, or a motivational burst from a planet going direct. This is a raw, primordial, foundational energy. It is the frequency of the void, the space of pure potential from which all creation emerges. It is the energy of deep space, of the sacred darkness between stars. For 4 days, a portal is opening that connects Earth directly to this source of unbridled creative power. This power does not judge. It does not discern. It simply amplifies. Whatever you put out during this time will be amplified 1,000-fold. If you speak words of fear, you will manifest a reality built on a foundation of terror. If you engage in an argument, you will crystallize that conflict into a repeating karmic pattern that could haunt you for years. If you complain, you will hardwire lack and victimhood into your newly forming energetic blueprint. But if you hold the sacred space of silence, you allow the pure, untainted source codes of abundance, sovereignty, divine love, and enlightened consciousness to pour into you without distortion. You are allowing the universe to write its highest potential directly onto the scroll of your soul. This is an act of supreme trust and surrender. It is the ultimate letting go. You are letting go of your need to control, to define, to explain, to react. You are allowing yourself to be unmade and remade in a higher image. This is the death of the ego self and the birth of the Christed self, the Krishna consciousness, the Buddha nature. It requires a symbolic death, and that death is the death of your voice for 4 days. This is the initiation. Many are called, but few will choose to walk through this gate. The allure of the world, the addiction to drama, the fear of being misunderstood, these are the guardians at the threshold. Only your commitment to your own evolution can grant you passage. If you have understood this message, if you feel the resonance of truth in your very bones, I want you to make a sacred commitment right now. I want you to anchor this intention into the collective field. Type "I am silent" in the comments below. Let this be your digital vow, a declaration to your higher self and to the universe that you accept this sacred task. By typing these words, you are not just commenting on a video, you are performing an act of magic. You are aligning your energy with the thousands of other chosen ones across the globe who are hearing this same call. You are creating a unified field of intention, a grid of silent, powerful receivers ready to anchor this new light onto the planet. See your comment as a candle lit in the darkness, a signal to the celestial realms that you are ready. I am silent. Feel the power in those words, even as you type them. This is the last declaration you will make before you enter the sacred chamber of silence. Make it count. The signs have been escalating, haven't they? It's not just the disrupted sleep or the ringing in your ears. It's the profound exhaustion, a soul-deep weariness that no amount of rest seems to touch. This is your physical body slowing down, conserving every ounce of energy for the massive internal restructuring that is about to occur. It's the sudden, unexplainable waves of grief or joy that wash over you for no apparent reason. This is your emotional body purging decades, even lifetimes, of trapped energy, making space for the new frequencies. It's the brain fog, the inability to concentrate on mundane tasks, the feeling of being disconnected from your everyday reality. This is your mental body detaching from the 3D matrix, loosening its grip on old thought patterns and belief systems that can no longer be sustained. You may have also noticed a powerful craving for solitude. The noise of the world, the news, the gossip, the endless chatter, has become almost physically painful to you. This is not you being antisocial. This is your soul screaming for the quiet it needs to hear the incoming divine transmission. Your intuition has been preparing you for this. Every impulse to cancel plans, to stay home, to turn off your phone, has been a training exercise for the grand initiation that is now upon you. Do not mistake these symptoms for something being wrong with you. They are evidence that everything is going right. You are right on schedule. Your system is online and preparing for the most important download of your life. The final step is to consciously and deliberately cooperate with the process by embracing the profound power of silence. Consider the ancient masters, the yogis in their caves, the mystics in their desert cells. They understood that to receive divine revelation, one must first become a silent vessel. They knew that words chain us to the known world, to the past, to the identities we have built. Silence is the key that unlocks the door to the unknown, to the future, to the true formless self. What we are experiencing collectively from September 13th to 17th is a mandated planet-wide vision quest. We are all being sent into the wilderness of the soul, and the primary rule of this quest is to listen, not with your ears, but with your entire being. Listen to the spaces between your thoughts. Listen to the rhythm of your own heart. Listen to the subtle shifts in the energy of the room around you. The universe will be speaking to you in a language of pure energy. It will be showing you the blueprint for your highest timeline, revealing solutions to problems you thought were impossible, and healing wounds you didn't even know you had. But you can only receive this divine guidance if you create the space for it. Silence is that space. Every word you are tempted to speak during these 4 days is a brick you are laying on the wall that blocks this guidance. Every text message you send is another layer of interference. Every social media post you make is you screaming into the cosmos, "I am not listening." This is not a time for expression, it is a time for impression. It is a time to be imprinted by the divine. This period will be particularly challenging, because the collective energy of the world will be in chaos. Those who are not aware of this shift, the masses who are still deeply asleep in the matrix, will be acting out in extreme ways. The planetary energies are affecting everyone, but those who are unconscious will experience this massive influx of light as agitation, anger, fear, and confusion. They will be more argumentative, more reactive, and more dramatic than ever before. You will see it in the news, on the roads, in the grocery stores, and possibly in your own home. They will be desperately trying to pull you into their chaos, to get a reaction from you, to feed on your energy. This is perhaps the most crucial part of the test. Your silence is not passive, it is an active spiritual shield. By refusing to engage, by refusing to speak, you are refusing to feed the chaos. You become a pillar of stillness in a world gone mad. You become an anchor for the new 5D frequencies, holding the space for sanity and peace. Your silence will be your greatest service during these 4 days, not only to yourself but to the entire planet. They may call you cold, distant, or uncaring. Let them. You are engaged in a form of spiritual warfare, where the greatest weapon is peace, the most powerful strategy is non-engagement, and the ultimate victory is a silent, centered soul. Do not try to explain it to them in the moment. They will not be able to hear you. Your transformation, which will become undeniable after the 17th, will be all the explanation they ever need. They will see the light in your eyes, the peace in your demeanor, the quiet confidence in your step, and they will know that something profound has changed within you. That is how you will lead them, not with your words, but with your newly embodied frequency. The real work is done in silence. The revolution is an internal one, and it begins now. Let us now go deeper, for you have passed the first test by simply receiving this initial warning without dismissing it. Your soul recognized the frequency of truth, and that is why you are still here, listening. The surface level understanding is now established. You must be silent. Now we must equip you for the journey through that silence, for it will not be a passive empty void. It will be an active, roaring and transformative inner landscape. You must understand the subtle energetics at play, and the forces that will be working, with cunning desperation, to pull you out of your sacred container. The Matrix, the system of control that has governed this planet for millennia, is aware of this upgrade. It perceives this influx of light as a mortal threat to its existence. From September 13th to 17th, it will deploy its most sophisticated and insidious weapons to keep the chosen ones from receiving their codes of sovereignty. And its primary weapon is not external chaos, it is your own mind. It will be a battle waged within the confines of your own consciousness, and silence is the battleground, where you will claim your victory. Think of your normal everyday verbal communication as a constant broadcast of your energetic signature. Every word you speak sends out ripples into the quantum field, defining who you are, what you believe, and what you are available for. This broadcast acts as a locator signal for the Matrix. It tells the system, I am here, I am engaged, I am playing the game by the established rules. It allows parasitic energies, thought forms, and the collective anxiety of the masses to find you and plug into your energy field. Your words are the tethers that bind you to the 3D reality construct. When you go silent, you effectively turn off your transponder. You disappear from the Matrix's radar. You become energetically invisible. This is the first reason for the silence. It is a cloak of spiritual invisibility. It protects you from the amplified chaos and desperation that will be running rampant as the system detects this massive light infusion and panics. It will be looking for its anchors, its batteries, its usual sources of energy, and it will not be able to find you. You will be in a protected bubble, a pocket reality of your own making, where the only influence is the divine source code pouring in from the cosmos. This is not selfishness, it is a necessary act of spiritual preservation. You cannot anchor the new light if your own circuits are blown by the chaos of the old world. The second, more profound reason for this silence relates to the very nature of the codes being downloaded. These are not intellectual concepts or pieces of information. They are living geometries of light, crystalline packets of consciousness that communicate directly with your DNA. They are designed to activate the 90% of our DNA that mainstream science has arrogantly labeled junk. This junk DNA is your divine inheritance. It holds the codes for telepathy, instant healing, manifestation at the speed of thought, and the direct, unshakable knowing of your connection to Source. It is your multi-dimensional hardware that has been dormant for eons. The incoming energy is the activation key. However, this activation process is incredibly subtle. It happens at a pre-cognitive, pre-verbal level. It is a process of feeling, of being, of allowing. When you engage your mind in the act of forming words and speaking, you are operating from the cerebral cortex, the domain of the ego and the logical mind. This part of your brain is a frequency fence. It is the very processor that filters out multi-dimensional reality and locks you into a five-sense perception of the world. By speaking, you keep this filter active. You are telling your entire bioenergetic system to pay attention to the logical mind, while the divine transmission is trying to come in through a completely different channel: the heart, the gut, the cellular memory, the high sensory perception centers of your light body. You must shut down the loud, clunky, outdated processor of the logical mind to allow the silent, subtle, infinitely more powerful quantum processor of your heart DNA connection to take over. This is what it means to move from a mind-based to a heart-based consciousness. This 4-day window is the critical moment of that transition, and silence is the non-negotiable protocol to allow the switch to happen. So, What should you do during these 4 days? How do you navigate this sacred silence? First, prepare your physical environment. Clean your space. Remove clutter. Let it be a reflection of the inner clarity you are cultivating. Stock up on clean, light foods. Fruits, vegetables, pure water. You are turning your body into a clear crystal, and you must not muddy it with dense, low-vibrational foods or substances. Your body is the temple where this sacred union between you and your higher self will be consummated. Treat it with the reverence it deserves. Secondly, prepare your social environment. Inform the key people in your life. You do not need to give them a long, esoteric explanation. A simple, I am taking a 4-day period for a personal silent retreat for my well-being. I will be unreachable, but I am safe, and I look forward to connecting with you on the 18th, is sufficient. Their reaction, as stated before, is a diagnostic tool. Do not engage with any drama that arises from this. State your boundary with love and then hold it with absolute firmness. Your commitment to your soul's path must now become your highest priority. During the silence itself, your primary practice is witnessing. Be the silent observer of your own experience. When the urge to speak arises, and it will, with ferocious intensity, do not judge it. Simply observe it. Ask yourself, what is the feeling behind this urge to speak? Is it a need for validation? A fear of being alone? An impulse to control a situation? In observing the urge without acting on it, you will learn more about your ego's programming in these 4 days than you have in years of self-help work. The silence will bring all your shadows, all your addictions, and all your attachments to the surface to be seen and released. Do not run from them. Do not suppress them. Allow them to rise, thank them for the lessons they have taught you, and let them dissolve in the light of your silent, loving awareness. Journaling will be an essential tool. Write everything down. The strange dreams, the random memories, the uncomfortable feelings, the sudden brilliant insights. Let the paper be your silent confidant. This is a way to process the experience without breaking the verbal seal. Another powerful practice will be connecting with nature. If you can, spend time barefoot on the earth. Sit with your back against a tree. Gaze at the stars or the moon. Nature is already in constant communication with the cosmos. It understands the language of frequency. By immersing yourself in nature, you attune your own energy field to its wisdom and harmony, making the download process smoother and more integrated. Drink copious amounts of pure water. Water is crystalline in structure and is a conductor of energy. Staying hydrated will help your physical body process the immense energetic shifts that are occurring at a cellular level. And above all, rest. You may find yourself needing to sleep for 10, 12, even 14 hours. This is not laziness. During sleep, your conscious mind is out of the way, and the deepest levels of recalibration and integration can occur. Honor your body's need for rest as a sacred part of this process. If you are feeling the profound significance of this preparation, if you are ready to transform your very being into a consecrated vessel for this divine light, I want you to anchor this next level of commitment. In the comments below, type the words, "I am ready to receive." This is your declaration to the universe that you are not just passively obeying a rule of silence, but you are actively, consciously, and joyfully opening every cell and fiber of your being to receive the blessings, the codes, and the upgrades that are your divine birthright. I am ready to receive. Feel the power of that statement. It is an affirmation of trust, a prayer of surrender, and a magnet for miracles. Let the universe hear your readiness. Let Sept discuss the different layers of silence you must cultivate. It is not merely the absence of spoken words. There is also visual silence. This means minimizing your intake of stimulating visual information. Stay off social media. Do not scroll through feeds of manufactured outrage and curated perfection. This is visual noise that clutters your third eye and distracts your energetic body. Do not watch the news. The news is a carefully engineered low-frequency broadcast designed to keep you in a state of fear and powerlessness, the exact opposite of the sovereign state you are stepping into. Avoid chaotic or violent movies and television shows. If you must watch something, Let it be a nature documentary with the sound off, or something visually calming and beautiful. Then there is auditory silence. Beyond not speaking, be mindful of the sounds you allow into your space. Listen to the silence itself, or to pure frequency music, solfeggio tones, binaural beats, the sound of flowing water or gentle rainfall. Avoid music with complex lyrics, as lyrics are encoded with the specific beliefs and emotional states of the artist and can interfere with the purity of your own energetic field. This is a time to listen to the symphony of the cosmos, not the noise of humanity. Finally, and most importantly, there is internal silence. This is the ultimate goal. You may not be able to stop thoughts from arising entirely, but you can stop engaging with them. You can stop following them down endless rabbit holes of worry and speculation. You can practice letting your thoughts float by like clouds in the sky, without attachment. This is where meditation becomes your superpower. Simply sit, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. When a thought comes, acknowledge it, and then gently return your focus to your breath. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your muscle of consciousness. You are choosing to identify, not with the chatter of your mind, but with the silent eternal awareness that is your true self. This 4-day process is a profound detox on every level: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. As with any detox, you may experience withdrawal symptoms. You might feel intense loneliness, boredom, or agitation. This is the ego mind starving from its usual diet of drama and distraction. Your addiction to external validation and stimulation will become painfully clear. Again, just observe it. This is not for everyone. It's for the chosen who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called Your Gent Alert, September 21st, 22 new moon is about to change everything. In that video I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window, you may never get this same upgrade. Breathe through it. This discomfort is the feeling of your chains breaking. It is the feeling of liberation, and it is often uncomfortable at first. You are unplugging from a system that has been feeding you and feeding off you for your entire life. There will be a period of adjustment. Trust that on the other side of this discomfort is a state of peace, clarity, and self-connectedness that is more fulfilling than any external stimulation you have ever known. You are learning to source your energy, your peace, and your joy from within, from your direct line to the divine. This is the foundation of true sovereignty. No one can give it to you, and once you have it, no one can ever take it away. This is the prize that awaits you on the other side of silence. It is the key to the kingdom, and that kingdom is, and always has been, within you. Prepare yourself. Chosen one. The great unraveling is upon you. Enter the silence and be reborn. We have crossed the threshold. The instructions have been given. The preparations have been made. And for those of you who have heeded the call, the great silence has now commenced. You are now inside the chrysalis. The outside world with its noise and its chaos has been sealed off. Now the real work begins. This is not a passive waiting game. This is the most active, intense, and profoundly transformative inner journey you will ever undertake. What you are about to read is your guide through the labyrinth of your own consciousness during this sacred 4-day initiation. I will walk you through the stages, the traps, and the triumphs you will likely experience, day by day, so that when they arise, you will not be filled with fear or confusion, but with the quiet confidence of a soul who knows exactly what is happening. You are being unmade to be remade. And this is the blueprint of that holy reconstruction. The first 24 hours, the period of September 13th, will be the crucible. This is where your resolve will be tested with the full force of your old reality. The ego, sensing its imminent dissolution, will scream for its survival. It will feel like an intense, internal spiritual warfare. The primary weapon the Matrix will use against you is the phantom echo of connection. You will feel your phone vibrate in your pocket, even when it is turned off. You will hear your name being called in an empty room. You will be seized by a sudden, overwhelming, and seemingly logical urge to just send one quick text or make one important call. You must recognize this for what it is: the desperate death throes of the energetic tethers that have bound you to the collective hive mind. Every notification, every ringtone, every casual conversation has been a hook that keeps you plugged into the system. As you withdraw, the system will send out phantom signals to try and lure you back in. Do not fall for it. Breathe through the urge. Observe its intensity, its cunning logic, its manufactured sense of emergency. Acknowledge it, and let it pass without action. This is the first great severing. Physically, this day may be challenging. You may experience a dull headache, particularly around your temples and third eye, as your pineal gland begins a rapid process of decalcification and activation. You might feel aches in your joints and muscles, as dense, crystallized emotional energies, fear stored in the kidneys, grief in the lungs, anger in the liver, are dislodged and begin to move out of your system. You might be overcome with a profound bone-deep fatigue that feels like you've run a marathon. This is your body wisely redirecting all available life force energy from external activity to the monumental internal task of cellular level rewiring. Do not fight this fatigue. Surrender to it. Sleep if you must, even in the middle of the day. Your conscious mind is the gatekeeper, and when it sleeps, the divine energies can work on you unimpeded. Emotionally, be prepared for storms. Sudden, intense waves of sadness may wash over you, bringing you to tears for no discernible reason. This is not your sadness. You are acting as a conduit, helping to process and release lifetimes of your own accumulated sorrow, as well as the grief of your ancestral line. Likewise, flashes of irrational anger or white-hot rage may surface. Do not attach a story to it. Do not look for someone to blame. Simply recognize it as stagnant, fiery energy finally being released from your solar plexus. Your task on this first day is to be the calm, silent witness in the eye of your own inner hurricane. Feel everything, but attach to nothing. Breathe, drink water, and hold the sacred space of your silence like a fortress. As you move into the second day, September 14th, the storm may begin to subside. It will be replaced by something that can be even more challenging for the modern mind: a profound sense of emptiness, a vast, echoing stillness. This is the sacred void. The ego will label this as boredom. It will tell you that nothing is happening. It may even try to convince you that this entire process is a pointless exercise, and you are just wasting your time. It may tempt you with thoughts of productivity, of all the things you should be doing. This is the most subtle and dangerous trap of the entire 4-day period. You must understand that this emptiness is not an absence. It is a presence. It is the womb of all creation. It is the dark, fertile soil from which your new self will sprout. The noise of your old programming has been silenced, and the new codes are still being gently woven into your being. You are in the sacred space in between worlds, in between identities. Your only job on this day is to become comfortable with the void, to sit in it, to breathe in it, to allow its silent healing peace to permeate you. While your waking mind experiences this stillness, your subconscious and your light body will be extraordinarily active. Your dream state on the night of the 14th will be a primary classroom for your soul. Before you sleep, set a clear intention: I am open to receiving the highest guidance, healing, and instruction for my soul's evolution in my dreams tonight. Keep your journal and a pen by your bed. When you wake up, and you may wake up several times, immediately write down everything you can remember. Do not try to analyze it yet. Just capture the images, the feelings, the symbols. You may have flying dreams, which are your astral body learning to navigate higher dimensions. You may find yourself in hyper-realistic classrooms or temples, being taught by beings of light. You may meet your spirit guides or members of your star family, who will communicate, not with words but with telepathic packets of knowing. You may be guided to revisit scenes from your past, not to relive the trauma, but to observe them from a higher perspective and retrieve fragmented aspects of your soul that were left behind. The dreamscape is the workshop, and your higher self is the master craftsman. The silence of your waking hours creates the pristine conditions needed for this profound nocturnal work to be done. If you are resonating with this journey, if you can feel the truth of this sacred process unfolding within you, now is the time to affirm your active participation. You are not just a passive recipient, you are a co-creator in your own rebirth. In the comments below, I want you to type the powerful declaration, "I claim my divine blueprint." This is not just a comment, it is a decree sent out into the quantum field. It is you, in your full sovereign power, telling the universe that you are consciously and willingly accepting the new schematics for your life, your purpose, and your reality. You are claiming the master plan that was written in your soul before you ever incarnated on this planet. I claim my divine blueprint. Type it, feel it, and know that with this declaration you are accelerating your own evolution. The third day, September 15th, is the day of first light. After the purge of day 1 and the void of day 2, the new energies will begin to activate and integrate in a way that you can consciously perceive. This is the day of the aha moment. You will be sitting in silence, and suddenly a profound insight will drop into your awareness, fully formed. A solution to a problem that has plagued you for years will appear with stunning simplicity. The true nature of a difficult relationship will become crystal clear. Your life's purpose may reveal itself not as a grand, complicated mission, but as a simple, resonant feeling, a quiet knowing. These are not thoughts you have generated. They are downloads you have received. This is urgent. Do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing, Your Gent Alert. September 21st, 22. New moon is about to change everything. What happens next will shock every spiritually awake chosen one. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the new moon lands. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait. You will begin to experience the world through your 5D sensory system. Colors may appear more vivid, more saturated, as if a dull film has been lifted from your eyes. You may hear the subtle music of the universe in the rustling of leaves or the hum of the air. You will feel a palpable sense of aliveness in everything around you, the plants, the stones, the very air you breathe. This is the beginning of unity consciousness, the direct perception of the interconnected web of all life. The most powerful activation will likely occur in your heart chakra. You may feel a warmth, a pressure, or a gentle buzzing in the center of your chest. This can be accompanied by spontaneous waves of overwhelming love and compassion. You might find yourself weeping tears of pure gratitude for the simple fact of your own existence. This is the Christ consciousness, the unconditional love frequency, being anchored into your physical vessel. During this phase, you will experience what is known as timeline collapsing. You will look back on your past, even the most painful and traumatic events, and you will see them not as wounds, but as necessary training. The emotional charge will be gone. You will see the perfection in your journey, and feel a profound sense of forgiveness for everyone involved, especially yourself. You are being lifted out of the linear cause and effect timeline of karma, and into a state of grace, where all is healed and all is whole in the eternal now. As we approach the final 24 hours of this sacred period, from the 16th into the 17th, the theme shifts from activation to stabilization. The ecstatic energies of the third day will begin to settle, integrating into a new stable baseline of peace and knowing. This is the anchoring phase. Your primary task now is to ground this new high-frequency energy into your physical body and into the earth. If you have not done so already, this is the most critical time to put your bare feet on the ground. Walk on the grass, the dirt, or the sand. Lean against a tree. Feel the solid, steady energy of Gaia. You have been flying high in the cosmic realms, and now you must bring that heavenly energy down to earth. Your role as a chosen one is to be a bridge between worlds, and this requires you to be fully embodied, fully present. During this final phase, you may receive your mission briefing. This will not be a loud voice from the heavens. It will be a quiet, unshakable clarity about your next steps. It might be a simple instruction: leave the job, write the book, move, forgive them. It will be devoid of fear or confusion. It will resonate in every cell of your body as pure truth. This is your soul's GPS coming online, guiding you onto your highest timeline. Be warned, as the silence draws to a close, the ego may launch one final assault. It will be a campaign of doubt. Thoughts like, "That was a nice little break, but nothing has really changed," or "I just imagined it all," may try to creep in. Recognize this as the last ghost of the old paradigm trying to reclaim its territory. Do not engage with it. Do not argue with it. Simply smile at it with the quiet knowing of your heart. The proof of your transformation is not in your thoughts. It is in the profound state of peace that has become your new center. You have navigated the chrysalis. You have endured the purge, sat in the void, received the light, and anchored your new blueprint. You are not the same person who entered this silence 4 days ago. You are about to re-emerge, not with a roar, but with a quiet, powerful radiance that will change everyone and everything you touch. The final stage is re-entry, and how you manage it will determine how much of this sacred gift you carry with you back into the world. Prepare yourself. A new you is about to be born. You have arrived at the deepest chamber of the temple. The purges have ceased, the void has been traversed, and the first light of your new consciousness has dawned. You are now, in these final hours of September 16th and 17th, in the Holy of Holies. This is not merely a time of passive waiting or quiet rest before re-entry. It is the most technically complex and alchemically potent phase of the entire initiation. The Great Weaving. The raw, high-frequency data packets you downloaded in the preceding days are now being meticulously integrated and woven into the very fabric of your being. Think of your body as a supercomputer that has just received a massive zip file from the cosmos. This final period is the decompression, the installation, and the full system integration of that divine software. What you are feeling is not just peace, it is the profound coherence of a system that is being brought into perfect holographic order. Let us speak of the mechanics of this weaving. The codes you received are not abstract information, they are living geometries of light, fractals of source consciousness. During this stabilization phase, these geometries are interlocking with the crystalline structures within your DNA, your cellular water, and your bone matrix. Your physical body is literally being transformed from a carbon-based organism, which holds a limited amount of light, into a crystalline-based vessel, capable of conducting and broadcasting infinite light. You are becoming a walking, breathing philosopher's stone. This is why grounding is so critical. As you anchor these celestial geometries into your physical form, you are simultaneously anchoring them into the crystalline grid of planet Earth. You are a human acupuncture needle, and your silent, coherent presence is directly assisting in the planetary ascension process. You are upgrading Gaia's operating system at the same time as you upgrade your own. This is not a metaphor. Your nervous system is being rewired to act as a direct conduit between the galactic central sun and the iron core of the Earth. You are becoming the bridge, the sacred link in a chain of cosmic consciousness that has been broken for millennia. The quiet humming you may feel in your bones, the sense of being larger than your physical body, the feeling of profound stability and rootedness, this is the physical sensation of the great weaving reaching its completion. This process is also culminating in the full activation of your merkaba, your personal chariot of light. The merkaba is a field of counter-rotating tetrahedrons of light that surrounds your body. For most of humanity, this field has been dormant and inactive. The codes you have just integrated are the activation key. The stabilization you are now experiencing is the sensation of these geometric fields locking into place and beginning to spin in perfect, divine ratio. This is your vehicle for higher dimensional awareness and manifestation at the speed of thought. When this field is active, you are no longer subject to the chaotic whims of the 3D matrix. You operate within your own sovereign energetic field, a bubble of divine order and harmony. This is why the ego's final assaults of doubt feel so weak and pathetic now. They are like small pebbles being thrown against the impenetrable force field of your fully activated light body. Your merkaba is your shield, your temple, and your engine of creation, all in one. In these final hours, your task is to simply breathe into this new structure. Feel its geometric perfection surrounding you. Acknowledge its presence. You do not need to force it to spin, you simply need to allow its activation to complete. It is the natural consequence of your journey through the silence. This integration is also performing a profound act of inner alchemy, the sacred union, the alchemical wedding of your own divine masculine and divine feminine energies. The chaos and emotional purging of the first days were necessary to clear the distortions that have kept these two forces at war within you for lifetimes. The distorted masculine manifests as aggression, control, and rigid logic. The distorted feminine manifests as victimhood, powerlessness, and emotional chaos. You have now cleared these distortions. In the silence, your divine feminine, your intuition, your receptivity, your connection to the wisdom of the void, was able to fully open and receive the divine codes. Now in this final phase, that received wisdom is being integrated with your divine masculine, your capacity for action, focus, and creation in the world. They are coming into perfect balance, a holy marriage within your own heart. This means that when you re-emerge, your actions will no longer be driven by egoic desire or reactive fear. Your actions will be divinely inspired actions. You will move with a quiet power and an unerring sense of purpose, because your masculine doing will be in perfect service to your feminine knowing. This is the source of the unshakable peace you feel. It is the end of inner conflict. You are no longer a house divided against itself. You are whole. If you have felt the profound truth of this inner union, if you recognize that the war within you has ended, and a new era of integrated peace has begun, now is the time to seal this sacred marriage with a conscious declaration. This is an act of self-love and self-recognition on the deepest level. In the comments below, type the words, "I am whole and complete." Let this be the vow you make to your newly unified self. Let it be a message to the cosmos that you have successfully completed the great alchemical work. You have turned the lead of your inner conflict into the gold of divine union. I am whole and complete. Feel the serene power of this truth as it settles into every cell of your newly integrated being. Finally, you must understand the transgenerational and karmic significance of what is occurring in these final hours. You are not just healing yourself. By successfully anchoring these 5D codes and achieving this state of inner union, you are becoming a karmic termination point for your entire ancestral lineage. The patterns of trauma, the vows of poverty, the inherited beliefs of lack and suffering that have been passed down through your bloodline for generations, end with you. They cannot survive in the high-frequency light of your newly crystalline structure. In your silence, you have offered yourself as a conduit for a wave of divine grace that is flowing not only into you, but backwards through time, healing your ancestors. You may have had fleeting images of them, a sense of their presence or their gratitude. That is real. You have liberated them. Simultaneously, you are preparing the energetic ground for all future generations in your line. You are becoming the ascended ancestor, the one who broke the chains and established a new blueprint of sovereignty, abundance, and love. Your 4 days of silence was an act of profound service to those who came before you and those who will come after you. This is why the sense of purpose you feel is so vast. It extends far beyond the confines of your single lifetime. As this great weaving completes, you will notice a new phenomenon. Even in your utter stillness and silence, you have begun to broadcast. Your coherent, stable, and fully activated merkaba field is now a powerful transmitter of peace, love, and divine order. You are a silent lighthouse. Without saying a word or doing a thing, you are already affecting the energetic grid of your home, your neighborhood, and your city. You are calming the chaos. You are neutralizing fear. You are silently emanating the frequency of the new earth. This is the ultimate power. It is not the power to command or control. It is the power to transform the world through the simple radiant presence of your own being. This is the state you will carry with you when you re-emerge. You are no longer just a person. You are a presence. You are no longer just a receiver. You are a conscious transmitter. The work is done. The weaving is complete. The initiation is sealed. Now, take a final deep breath in the silent sanctuary of your becoming. For when you next exhale, you will be exhaling a new world into existence. The sun rises on a new world. It may look like the same sun, the same room, the same sky as 4 days ago, but you know in the silent humming core of your being that nothing is the same. The silence is over, but the symphony has just begun. You have made it through the crucible. You have navigated the void, embraced the light, and anchored the codes. Welcome, chosen one, to the first day of your true life. The re-entry into the world of sound and speech is the final, and perhaps most delicate, stage of your initiation. How you navigate these next few hours and days will determine the stability and potency of the monumental shift you have just undergone. This is not a time for celebration in the old sense, no loud parties or grand announcements. This is a time for sacred, conscious, and deliberate re-emergence. You are a newborn in a new reality, and you must learn to walk, to see, and most importantly, to speak all over again. Your first spoken words are a spell. They are the first brushstrokes on the pristine canvas of your new reality. Do not waste them on mundane chatter. Do not let your first utterance be a complaint about the weather or a question about what you missed on the news. Before you speak to anyone else, you must first speak to yourself and to the universe. Find a quiet space, place a hand over your heart, take a deep breath, and let your first words be a prayer of gratitude and intention. Speak them aloud, softly but clearly, something like, I am grateful for this transformation. I am a sovereign being of light and love. I anchor this new frequency into my reality, for the highest good of all. Feel the vibration of your own voice, not just in your throat, but resonating through your entire cellular structure. It will feel different. It will sound clearer, more resonant, carrying a weight and a power it did not possess 4 days ago. This is your new creative instrument, tuned to the frequency of the cosmos. You must now become the master of this instrument, using it with precision and care, for every word you speak from this moment forward will manifest with a speed and power that will astonish you. After this initial sacred utterance, maintain your quietude for as long as possible. Let your re-entry be gradual. The world has been operating at a frantic, chaotic frequency while you have been in your silent sanctuary. To plunge back in too quickly would be the energetic equivalent of a deep-sea diver surfacing too fast. It can be jarring and dangerous to your system. When you do begin to interact with the world, the first thing you will notice is the noise. It will be overwhelming. The casual conversations of others will sound harsh and meaningless. The television will feel like a psychic assault. The energy in crowded places like grocery stores or shopping malls will feel thick, sticky, and deeply uncomfortable. This is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of your heightened sensitivity. Your energetic antennae are now fully activated. You are no longer shielded by the dulling filters of the 3D matrix. You are perceiving the raw, unfiltered truth of the energetic landscape around you. Do not judge it. Do not fear it, simply observe it. This is your new diagnostic tool. You can now feel, with perfect clarity, which environments, which people, and which activities are in alignment with your new frequency, and which are not. This is an incredible gift. Use it to make new conscious choices about where you place your body and your attention. You will find that your tolerance for superficiality, for gossip, for drama, and for complaint has vanished. You will feel a powerful, instinctual pull towards nature, towards quiet spaces, towards authentic and heart-centered connection. Honor this pull. It is your soul's new navigation system, guiding you towards that which will nourish and sustain your transformation. The reactions of others will be your next great test and your most powerful confirmation. You are now vibrating at a significantly higher frequency. You are literally glowing with a new light. Whether it is visible to the physical eye or not, this light will act as a giant cosmic mirror to everyone you encounter. For those who are also on a path of awakening, who have been longing for more light in their own lives, your presence will be a balm. They will feel an inexplicable sense of peace around you. They will look at you and say, "You look different. There's something about you, you're glowing." They will be drawn to your energy like moths to a flame, not in a parasitic way, but in a way that activates the same potential for light within them. These are the members of your soul family, and they are now being drawn into your orbit. However, for those who are deeply invested in their own shadows, their fears, their victimhood, their anger, your light will be intensely triggering. The mirror you hold up will force them to see the parts of themselves they have refused to acknowledge, and their reaction will be to attack the mirror. They may ridicule you, call you strange, become suddenly argumentative, or try to drag you into old familiar dramas. It is absolutely critical that you do not take this personally. This has nothing to do with you. It is their own shadow self reacting to the presence of light. Your task is to remain the calm, compassionate observer. Hold your center. Do not engage in their dramas. Do not try to defend or explain yourself. Simply surround yourself in a bubble of love and light, and send them compassion from a distance. Their reaction is a clear sign that their path is diverging from yours. This is the great sorting in action. Bless them, release them, and let them go with love. Your energy is now too precious to be spent on battles that are not yours to fight. You have completed the initiation. You have received the codes and anchored the light. You have walked through the fire and emerged as the new human. Now is the moment to claim your new state of being with unwavering conviction. This is the final and most important act of this entire sacred process. In the comments below, I want you to make the most powerful declaration of your life. Type these words: I am the walking anchor of light. This is not an affirmation of what you hope to be. It is a statement of fact about who you now are. It is your acceptance of your mission. It is your vow to the cosmos that you will embody this new frequency, hold this light steady, and serve as a beacon of hope and transformation for a world in desperate need. I am the walking anchor of light. Let this be your new identity, your new purpose, your guiding star. By typing it, you are sealing your transformation and announcing your readiness to the entire universe. The period following your re-entry, roughly the next 21 days, is a crucial integration phase. The new software has been installed. Now your system must learn to run it smoothly. During this time, you must be your own gentle, loving guardian. The new you is like a tender sprout. It needs to be protected and nourished. This means making conscious choices every single day to support your new frequency. Your media diet is paramount. Unfollow social media accounts that promote fear, division, or superficiality. Stop watching the mainstream news entirely. It is a low vibrational hypnosis machine designed to pull you back into the old paradigm. Instead, feed your mind with things that inspire and uplift you. Your physical diet is equally important. Continue to eat clean, high vibrational foods. Listen to your body. It will now clearly tell you what it needs and what it rejects. You may find you lose your taste for dense meats, processed foods, and excessive sugar. You will crave water, sunlight, and living foods. This is your physical vessel upgrading its own fuel requirements to match its new energetic output. Most importantly, you must cultivate new energetic habits. Begin and end each day with a practice of grounding and shielding. In the morning, visualize roots growing from your feet deep into the core of the earth, anchoring your energy. Then visualize a bubble of golden white light surrounding you. A semi-permeable membrane that allows love to flow in and out but repels all discordant energies. At night, before you sleep, practice a simple clearing ritual. Imagine a waterfall of violet light washing over you, dissolving any energetic debris you may have picked up during the day. These simple practices are your new spiritual hygiene. They are as essential as brushing your teeth. You will begin to notice new gifts and abilities coming online. Your intuition will transform from a quiet whisper into a clear, direct knowing. You will simply know things without knowing how you know them. Synchronicities will become your daily language. You'll think of someone and they will call. You'll have a question, and the answer will appear on a billboard or in a song lyric. This is you, living in the flow of the quantum field, in constant dialogue with the universe. You may experience heightened sensory perception, glimmers of clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairaudience, clear hearing, or clairsentience, clear feeling. Do not dismiss these experiences as your imagination. You are simply beginning to access the latent multidimensional senses that are your human birthright. Nurture them, trust them, Play with them. You are relearning the magical language of your soul. Your primary mission now is not to do anything grandiose. It is simply to be. You are now a frequency holder. Your very presence, your calm and centered energy, is a powerful force for transformation on this planet. When you walk into a room, you change the energy of that room. Your coherence and peace silently invite others to entrain to your frequency. You do not need to preach. You do not need to convince anyone of anything. Your embodied radiance is the most powerful sermon you could ever deliver. You are the living proof that a new way of being is possible. You are the hope. You are the change. You are the walking anchor of light. This is not the end of your journey, chosen one. This is the true beginning. You have graduated. Welcome home.